Hi, thanks for tuning in. I am Cecilia Manella, and I hop on here every single week and share some mental health tips and tricks. As you know, this month's theme is harmony. And so what I want to talk today about, I want to ask you some questions about your space. I know, it's a weird question, but I want you to take an assessment of the space, your environment. That's what I mean by space. What is your environment like? Let's look at like work environment. Let's look at your home environment. Do you love it? Do you like it? Is it comfortable? Does it represent you? Does it allow you some peace? Does it bring you some comfort? Does it bring you some joy in any kind of way? And I'm not talking about things being really expensive or beautiful or any of those things, because we all have different economic needs and ability to purchase things. So this isn't about buying anything. This is about taking inventory of your environment and your space. Because here's the thing about harmony, is that we have a relationship with our environment. I know it sounds a bit weird, but I want you to like stick with me on this one. That we have this relationship with our space and where we surround ourselves with, what our environment is actually like. And I want you to think about a time that you felt really down in your life or not connected or just like in just a really bad, low place. And I can guarantee that your environment reflected that. So we know about mental health is that when our environment around us isn't tidy, isn't put together, or feels really messy or out of control, it can represent a little bit of the out of controlness that we feel inside ourselves. So I know for myself, when I'm not cleaning up my kitchen right away, it's usually a sign of my stress levels, or I'm tired, or I'm disengaged, or I'm just not really feeling that great. So our environment sometimes can be a really great tool to let us know where we're at with our mental health or how we're feeling. Now, there's power in having harmony with our environment in a way that you can use your space as a way to not only improve mental health, but also align it with who you are and what's important to you. Now, if you've been in my office, you know that I have a lot of color around me, but I also have little quirky little things that are representative of who I am. So I have a Wonder Woman calendar. I have, knickknacks, a little bit of knickknacks around that are like superhero focused because it's a bit of a nerd piece of me that I really like to connect with. And these things create some harmony within who I am and how I show up in my environment. Now, the same can be for you. If you look at your environment and you're thinking, none of this is representative of me, ask yourself, like, then what does that do to how you feel? How does your environment impact how you feel? How can it potentially improve how you feel about yourself, about your relationships, or just about how you are in the space that you spend the most time in? Now, these are little tiny fixes where you can just reorganize, or you can look at bringing in something that's really important to you or is representative of you, or something that you think is beautiful and pretty. It doesn't have to be expensive. It can be simply something that's amazing. So another part of my space is I really love my mugs. And so I have all these mugs at work and I have them at home that are really representative of who I am. And that brings harmony to me. It brings me a connection to my space. We have been connecting to our spaces and our environments for a very long time. It's part of who we are, part of our DNA. We nest, we create spaces. We are connected to the environment around us. So it has an impact. And working on creating some harmony between yourself and your environment is actually fairly easy, in that you just need to look around and ask yourself, like, what works here and what doesn't actually work anymore? Maybe there's something in your space that used to work but no longer works. Maybe it's a reorganizing of things. Maybe it's shifting things. Triggers can occur just by lighting or similar things. So if you're dealing with some trauma stuff and you want to get rid of some triggers, your environment is a really big factor of that. Changing how things look, changing the aesthetics just a little bit can really help with these things. And so it can elevate your mental health. It can elevate how you feel about yourself. It can change your mood very, very quickly. Our space and our environment can change our mood very quickly. So I really want you to take an inventory of your environment, of your space, your home, your work, ask yourself, does this stuff work for me? Is it representative of me? Does it bring a sense of harmony into my life? And if it doesn't, what can I bring into this space? What can I change about this environment that would make me more connected and more represented in this space that I live in or I spend a lot of time in? And trust me when I say that it is going to change how you feel. Our environment is a large influencer on how we feel about our day, about our life, or how we get up and go every single day. So I hope that's helpful. I'll see you next week.